Hello, gorgeous humans. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another live. This time, I'm doing the live from Sydney, and I'm here for a few days to do some work, to catch up with a really good friend. And yeah, I've had a really great flight over here and been thinking a lot about alignment, what that means, how that, kind of presents itself in our everyday life. And that's something that I've been pondering quite a lot over the last few days. What really is alignment? And to me, I believe that alignment is when our thoughts, our soul, and our actions are aligned with what is truly important to us as an individual. And alignment is kind of like a returning to self. And in order to be able to return to ourselves, to not necessarily reach alignment, but create alignment in our everyday life or in our life in general, we also have to start looking at our actions, at our habits, how we are treating our body, the things that we're doing, the things that we're saying. It's about becoming consciously aware of what we are creating in our life, because we are creators. Every single one of us, we're master manifestors. Everything we manifest, everything that's happening in our lives, everything that we're creating in our lives, we are doing that. We are attracting it with our energy, with who we are. So most of us, we often get to points in our lives where we realize, oh, okay, this habit doesn't work for me anymore. I need to form some new habits. I would like to change something. I would like to change and create a new habit for myself, something that is more aligned with who I am in this very moment, or how I want to be in this very moment, right? But so often when we start new habits or try to create new habits in our everyday life, we find ourselves slipping after a while. We start off with good intentions, we're strong, we're determined. And that's what happens often to New Year's resolutions, right? We start off really strong, determined, absolutely into this new habit. And when we start slipping, some of us just return ourselves back to, no, I want to keep doing this habit. And some of us just stop doing those new habits, even though we know that they're actually making us feel really good. So I've been asking myself the question, and I've been pondering, and this is something that I talk a lot of that I teach in my Thrive program to my clients. What is it that you do? What do we do when those good habits start slipping? How do we bring ourselves back to our original intention, which was to create this new way of being, this new habit, fostering this new positive habit that's bringing us joy, that's bringing us excitement, that is making us feel more aligned with ourselves. So the first thing, I think, when we start slipping, when we slip from those new habits, I think the first thing to do is to say thank you to yourself. You might be thinking, that sounds a bit weird. Well, here's the reason why. Say thank you to yourself for showing yourself that there is something underneath that you haven't quite discovered yet. Something that is steering you away from this new, more aligned habit. And for life showing you that, for you showing that to yourself, that there is still something to uncover, something that you may not realize. And that there's some kind of roadblock, something that's making you veer off that path that you intrinsically, internally know that is actually good for you. And this brings me to the second thing. So after you give some gratitude to yourself, because you know what? Gratitude is one of those things in life that not just is it good for our body, for our mind. Gratitude is one of the highest states of being. And it really has beautiful, positive impacts on our lives. But number two, what else can you do when your good new habits start slipping? You start slipping back into old habits that actually aren't serving you very well. Well, now that you've expressed some gratitude and become aware that there is something underneath, ask yourself, what is that? What is stopping me? What is in the way of me continuing in those good positive those positive habits, those habits that make me feel good? That, it might be that new workout that you're doing, or it might be drinking less, or it might be whatever this habit is. So what is underneath that? Why are you veering off this new habit this new way of being that you're trying to cultivate? And the question you can ask yourself is, what story or what belief is running the show underneath that is stronger than your intention and then your desire to create this new way of being for yourself? So, for example, one belief that many of us hold and that many of us use is, I don't have time. I don't have time to, I don't have time to go and work out. I don't have time to cook myself a proper meal. So I go and get takeaway. I don't have time, whatever the reason, whatever the new way of being is that you want to create. See, the thing about this belief is that you get to choose whether it's true or not. If you want to continue to believe that you don't have time, is this really serving you? That might actually be stopping you from making the time. Because here is the thing, we will make time for the things that are important to us. Nobody thinks about whether we're going to make some time for brushing our teeth or having showers. Of course we're going to make time for that, because we know it's basic self-care. But think about, maybe creating this new habit is basic self-care too. So ask yourself, point number 2, ask yourself, what story or belief is running the show underneath that is veering you off the road of creating or cultivating this new habit of yours? Number 3 of the things that you can do when those good or those new habits you're trying to cultivate start slipping again. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up or make yourself wrong for it. And as I said before, being grateful for those things to show up can really help with this as well. Don't beat yourself up. Just gently bring yourself back to this new habit that you're trying to cultivate. Tomorrow is another day. Just try again tomorrow. And if tomorrow doesn't work out, just try again tomorrow. And if that doesn't work out, then go back to point number 2 and ask yourself, what is actually happening underneath here? What is the story or the roadblock underneath that is stopping me from being able to from being able to stay on this path of cultivation of this new positive habit? So here I would like to let you know that starting from Monday onwards, I have opened up 15 call slots for people to have alignment calls with me, for people to discover how aligned their life is actually with who they want to be, what they desire, and the kind of life that they want to create. It is a really profound process. I've done this over and over again with clients, and I've just recently been reminded of the power of those sessions, the power of asking those questions and really delving deep into that. So if you are finding yourself in a place at the moment where you'd rather not be, a place in life, if you're finding yourself doing things that are actually not making you happy or making you feel content, making you feel excited about life, making you feel joyful, if you are finding yourself in a space where life just isn't much fun at the moment, then take this opportunity and book an alignment call with me. I will be posting the link for you guys over the next few days, so you can book that alignment call with me. It's a 45-minute session, and we get to really deep dive into what is happening in your life. And it's a totally free, no obligation call just because I really believe in this kind of work. I believe in the impact of this kind of work and asking ourselves those questions. So that is it for today. I'm sending you nuts of love. Make sure you keep an eye on the Facebook page and my Instagram for the announcement and the booking link. And I'm wishing you an amazing, happy, and content rest of the week. Lots of love.